us in the audience. We have an audience here. We have a live studio audience here. It's the cast of Eastside Heartbeats.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, 200 people in this cast. It's a new rock and roll musical, and it opened. It opened January 16th. Where's it playing? Casa. So that's right. Boy, you love the way I prepare for this? It's great. And it says, what if you opened for the Beatles? You guys welcome.
Thank you so much.
Corky Dominguez.
In the house,
the director.
Right here.
All right.
Kenneth Lopez.
That's me.
Plays Jimmy Ramirez. Gabriel Gonzalez.
Hello.
He plays Carlos Ramirez. Diana Castrillon.
Hey, what's up, baby?
Hey, what's up? Sonia Ramirez there. And Benjamin Perez.
Buenos dias, amigos.
All right, he plays the very Mexican Hal Fisher.
I'm actually the Jewish record producer. Thank you. No. Oi.
You nailed it, man. Bernardita Nazar.
That's me. Hi.
Teresa Gomez and Christopher Diaz Infante. He plays the guitarist today.
Thank you very much.
His guitar gently weeps. And Maria Elena Yepes is the executive producer. Did she make it in?
She is.
Oh, she gave me a hug outside. That's good. Welcome, you guys. Tell us about this play. Who's going to be the spokesperson?
Well, basically, it was written by Tom Waldman. He co-wrote Line of a Thousand Dances with David Reyes, chronologizing the Chicano sound during the early parts of the 1960s. So it was inspired by, and it's not the autobiographical story of Cannibal and the Headhunters, but it's inspired by them. And what we do is we tell a story about a young man named Jimmy Ramirez who has a dream to become a rock and roll star. But the conflict is between him and his dad. His dad is very traditional Mexican music, and that's where that conflict lays in that sense. There was a vocal group called the Eastside Heartbeats, again, very similar to the notion of Cannibal and the Headhunters, but they're not Cannibal and the Headhunters per se. Yeah. It's all original music written by James Hovey, who wrote music for the Buckinghams. If you can recall that song, Kind of a Drag, Don't You Care, all those kind of songs. He wrote them. He wrote the majority of the music, along with David Reyes and Rudy Salas. Rudy Salas has a song in the show, too, as well. Yeah.
All right. I just saw him at Quiet Canyon. I'm just kidding.
Rudy Salas from Tierra, right?
Yes, that's the guy.
Wow, well, that's great. I'd like to hear from before we jump into some music, anybody from the cast care to say how fun it's been?
Talk about your process, perhaps, your experience and your character.
I mean,
what
jumping
you've learned.
into like a musical, man.
Yeah, and the themes.
That's hardcore.
I just want to say about the show, it's a really cool thing that we're shining a spotlight on a part of East LA Mexican musical history, something that doesn't ever get a spotlight shown on it. Yeah, it's a very inspiring story and a familial story. People wanting to make it in show business, but not always having the support of their parents. I think that's a very common theme in Latino families. But it's very heartwarming, and the music is incredible. It's such great music in the show, and some really memorable characters and locations around Los Angeles. I think anybody who knows the East LA music scene, who's grown up in it, will have a frame of reference in this show. It's really an exceptional piece.
He is playing the attorney.
Yeah, Jewish record producer.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I actually have to agree with Benny on this, is that when I first came in and auditioned for this show, I was talking to Corky in the room, and he was talking about people that I've worked with, and then he brought up Cannibal and the Headhunters and Land of a Thousand Dances, which I was in band. My dad's a band director. That's like the band like standard, you know. Everybody's like in the stands, na 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 na, like they're like that's a standard. I know that song, but I had no idea that it came from East LA or like where it was. And I grew up in San Antonio. That's where I'm from. But I mean, I know that song. It's like a hit, you know.
Everybody knows that song.
And it's so. I think the musical does a really good job of capturing that culture. You know, it's a really beautiful story.
My 12-year-old daughter loves the Four Seasons movie, the
Jersey Boys.
Jersey Boys. I cannot think of the title right now. I've only seen it 400 times in my house.
Great story.
But yeah, it's something about a musical story with the songs that just sticks in your brain more than the typical film. And I guess this play will hopefully do that.
It's great. I mean, it gives a really nice, vibrant, like panoramic view of what was going on back then in that culture. It was a beautiful culture. You know, it was a lot of Latinos that were, you know, in solidarity through the soul music and the R&B music, and it's a very authentic experience as well because I myself am playing guitar in a live band. It's not like you're putting on CDs for the singers to sing.
Yeah.
It's a live experience. You feel the drums, you feel everything, and it's so much fun.
Oh,
man.
that's cool.
Oh yeah, we love it.
So can we have maybe a little later a reenactment of something from the play?
Sure.
Yeah. Why don't we do the scene between Hal Fisher, Teresa, and Jimmy when they're coming to the record studio to record the song. Okay, so this is an excerpt from the scene.
The Royal Flush? We've done shows with those guys.
This is their third chance with the label. Hal said if this song doesn't sell at least 5,000 copies, he's letting them go.
Letting them go?
Turning them loose if you prefer. This is a business, Jimmy. Hal can't afford to keep groups under contract that aren't selling many records.
I get it, but 5,000? That seems like a lot.
Not really. I mean, a good song can do that in a few days. A great song can do that in a few hours. You guys are going to record a great song, right?
Sure. I mean, of course, if you say so.
I know so. Come on, I want you to talk with Hal before the other guys get here.
Nice to see you again, Jimmy.
Same here, Mr. Fisher.
Ain't no Mr. Fisher around here. It's Hal. Welcome to my humble studio. You ever been in a place like this before?
No, sir. I haven't.
Let me ask you something, Jimmy. Do you know how many East LA performers I record in a given month?
I don't.
Maybe 2. Do you know how many I actually sign?
Don't know that either.
Maybe 1. Here's the problem. We watch these groups on stage with their big smiles and their snazzy clothes, and I think, all right, okay, maybe they have something. So we invite them down to the studio to cut a record. We set them up with their instruments ready to go. Then, that red light flashes on, and they blow it. I don't know whether it's because they're scared or they're just not ready. You got to understand, Jimmy, I'm not competing with other East LA groups. I've got that market covered. I'm competing with the Four Tops and the Temptations. A kid from the Valley isn't going to buy your record because you're from East LA. He's going to buy your record because it's good.
It will be. I can promise you that.
All right.
That's awesome. Yes.
And then we also have a medley of 3 songs, if you want to hear that.
Of
now,
course.
Yeah?
We are joined in the studio by the Eastside Heartbeats cast. It's a new rock and roll musical. It's at Casa 0101, currently playing now. And where can people go online to catch the schedule and all that?
They can reserve tickets at www.casa0101.org, or they can call 323-263-7684. That's 263-7684 for tickets and information regarding the show.
See, always get your plugs in
I say
early.
reserve your I say get your tickets now. It's like we're selling out, and it's like Christmas tamales. If you don't make your reservations, you won't get any, right?
And then you'll be stuck in the freezer for months after.
So I encourage everyone to get their tickets now and call.
All right, great. Well, let's hear that medley now from Eastside Heartbeats, a new rock and roll musical.
All right.
I'm not gonna give up. My heart is full of pride. I was taught to believe that only the strong survive.
Everybody get on board for this magic carpet ride. Come through these doors, down the road of Jimmy's life.
He's the Eastside Heartbeat,
the heart of the East Side.
he's the Eastside Heartbeat,
The heart of the East Side.
the Eastside Heartbeat,
Heartbeat.
the heart of the East Side,
The East Side heartbeats. The heart of the East Side.
Stop being so damn naive. A singer's life isn't what you perceive.
Don't you have something better to do than beat me up, 'cause I'm not you.
No work, no money, now how does that sound? Having your hopes all smashed to the ground.
Fixing cars is no life for me, 'cause music's the thing that'll set me free. And you're never gonna see it my way, but I've had my say.
I said I've had my say.
I know you're never gonna see it my way, but I've had my say.
Selling out will take us far, and Jimmy would become a really big star. And when the public sees his face, we'll tell them to ignore, just ignore his race. Selling out is not a choice. It's time we speak in our own voice. I would never think it's right to change our group from brown to white.
Yeah. Wow. Many times people have asked us to go white, so here at the Pocho Hour of Power. But.
White radio.
Yeah. Wow, that was amazing. That was what are the names of each of those songs?
We had the first one was the opening song called we're the Eastside Heartbeats.
Yeah.
The second song was I Had My Say, sung by Kenneth. And Gabe. Okay. And then the last song by Bernadita, Selling Out.
Wow, that was great. So the show is at Casa 0101, Eastside Heartbeats. Any thing you guys want to add? Any encouragement?
Want to invite the whole family. This is a show that you definitely want to bring the whole family. Desde los viejitos, abuelitos, hasta los niños. Everyone has enjoyed it. We played to a sold-out weekend. It was a wonderful. So far, we've gotten nothing but really good reviews. We'll let you be the judge of it. But want to invite everyone in Boyle Heights and everyone around the city. This musical is very, very important, especially because they don't get to see so many representations of Latinos up on stage. So this is a wonderful, yet another opportunity for the audience to come out. Para todos.
Yes, come see a musical about East LA in East LA.
Oh,
Yeah, and this era is like barely documented. I mean, it is, but it just hasn't been really given the credit that it deserves in the mainstream.
When you come to the theater, there's a wonderful exhibit called The Roots of the East Side Sound, 1955 to 1965, curated by Jimmy Centeno and David Reyes. And what you will see are actual photographs of a lot of the bands from East LA during that time. You'll see posters of all the various concerts and dances. You'll see 45. You'll see albums. It's a great you'll be seeing costumes, retrospective of that music scene. So in addition to seeing our musical, we also have this wonderful, wonderful exhibit in the gallery.
Great. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
and I don't know if we said anything about the times, but the times and the days are Friday at 8 p.m., Saturday at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m., and then Sunday at 5 p.m.
So the people voting for the Academy, you may want to get there. You can learn something about brown people.
Come see some people of color. Okay?
Yes.
We're going to be rocking your socks off.
all right. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Eastside Heartbeats.
Thank you so much.
We'll see it. We'll be right back with more Pocho Hour of Power.
Oh, yeah.
Don't sell out.